Hey, what is up? This is Andy here, chilling about history, and I am here to do my very first reaction on this new channel. I am here to look at this new video about this new show called Spartacus, House of Usher. Now, I was supposed to record this earlier today when it was much brighter out in the back, but hey, since now you can see it's raining, in which honestly this fits the mood because I saw Metatron's video about this, and of course he is a huge history fan, just like me. I am also huge into history as well. I mean, hey, here you go. Look at what I'm wearing. But yeah, I heard that this was terrible by so many people, okay? And that this just flat out like ruins history. Now, I know that this is supposed to be like, I think it's supposed to be like a sequel to the 2010 show Spartacus, which, to be honest, I didn't really like it, okay? I thought the effects were terrible, and also they got a lot of the history wrong, in which, yeah, like you can say like, oh, it's historical fiction, that kind of thing. But I mean, still, even like from a technical standing point, it wasn't really that good, I gotta say. And I never really enjoyed it. But this, I hear, is even disrespectful to this show. Now, me, I have huge respect for history, and I also want to say too, I really hate it when Hollywood butchers history, okay? And I'm just like, you know, like I'm sick of that. For example, we had Queen Cleopatra on Netflix, which was a disaster, in which I think everyone can admit, or at least most people would admit, that that is worse than what this would be. And that's because that is supposed to be a documentary, which means they're flat out telling you, oh, this is how it's supposed to happen. This is how it happened. This is a show, which means it can act more like, you know, like something like Braveheart, for example, or Amadeus. But even then, people can have issues with it, and even I can also have issues. But I do think Amadeus does get a pass, you know, with it being through the viewpoint of Salieri. This isn't really through anyone's viewpoint, and this is more of fitting the modern narrative, which you should especially not do when it comes to history. Like you would have to not know much about history for you to fall for this, and I even think then you wouldn't fall for it. But unfortunately, people do take a lot of things from Hollywood for granted these days. So we are going to do a video here, and we're going to see how it is. I only saw a little bit of Metatron's video, by the way, so I'm going to see how it goes. Also, by the way, shout out to Metatron. Okay, same blood effects from the original is still there. Of course, of course. Now, there was no historical figure. Okay, there was no... Okay, there are female gladiators that did exist. But there was never one that was really that influential, especially during the time of the late Roman Republic, which is when this is supposed to be happening. And here it shows a woman, especially a woman of color, showing more of like the virtue signaling kind of thing that's happening today. Which there's nothing wrong with her, being a woman of color. I just have a issue with the whole historical inaccuracy that this is going. Well, yeah, isn't this a brotherhood? That's what I'm wondering. In which it is. It is supposed to be. Like, I wonder how they're supposed to fit in. Oh yeah, also, videos got 1.8 thousand dislikes compared to 276 upvotes. Again, there's nothing wrong with a woman gladiator, but it's showing here that, like this is like the lead gladiator, which there were no female gladiators that were in charge at the time. Because, hey, it was ancient times. Like, yeah, like you've seen it in the movie Gladiator. But, I mean, again, they weren't the lead, and also there weren't as many as there were of men. So, yeah, let's continue. Very cliched words right there. Yeah, see, brotherhood, that was right. Ooh. Don't even say Spartacus, which I'm guessing it is. Which I am guessing it is, a sequel. In which, 99% sure it is. House of Ashur, in which I think that is supposed to be one of the characters from the show. But again, like, it doesn't fit. It doesn't really fit. Like, I mean, the original show, like, that's on the original show, but again, House of Ashur, that sounds Mesopotamian. That is named after a city in Mesopotamia, during the Assyrians, the Assyrian Empire, and also during Babylon as well. And like, yeah, like it would be more forgiving if this was like post-Trajan era, like if this was like around the time of Hadrian, or heck, even like around the time of the movie Gladiator, when Commodus was around. But no, it doesn't make sense. So why do I say post-Trajan? It's because that was when Trajan was the emperor that brought Rome to go and conquer Mesopotamia and annex it, practically. In which, during this time, during the Roman Republic, they were nowhere near Mesopotamia. So it doesn't make that much sense that someone or something would be named Ashur. Just letting you know. Alright, yeah, I think that was pretty terrible. Yeah, it definitely deserves the 1.8 thousand dislikes, in which Hollywood should definitely be, taking notes after what they did with Queen Cleopatra seems like that they haven't. It looks like that this is just going to be a one and done season pretty much, because I'm pretty sure that this is going to flop with the way it is. I also saw too, also in one of the comments as well, it reminded me of this. So if this is supposed to be Spartacus, or if this is just supposed to be like a new Spartacus, you know, if you remember in the Netflix Queen Cleopatra show, one of the women said, my grandmother told me, it doesn't matter what they told you, Cleopatra was black, which she was not. She was of Greek descent because it was Ptolemaic Egypt at the time, which means, you know, post Alexander the Great, and you know, Eastern Mediterranean, and of course Persia at the time being controlled by Greeks, by Greek families. So again, like it doesn't make sense, especially when native Egyptians were never sub-Saharan African as well. And they were, of course, Saharan African or Arabic, or of Arab descent. Like, where did they all go? So yeah, it doesn't make sense, but I mean, hey, Rome did have a diverse array of, you know, people, especially sub-Saharan African people, but that was very small, and that was like under 5%. I could be wrong. It could be like less than 2% or 1%, but they did have them. But yeah, there goes my first reaction on this History channel, and my first video as well. So yeah, hope y'all had a good day. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Have a good day.